have to start off with we have to continue on with Italy. They announced their 30-man preliminary squad for this upcoming European Championship. They are the defending champions. So, guys, do y'all think Italy has any sort of realistic chance to defend their title this summer?
I mean, I was looking at the betting odds actually. Um, I think I still have the tab. Yeah, so right now, depending on like what sports book you use, they have like around like the same odds as like Belgium, and then you have like ahead of them Spain, Portugal, Germany, and then you have France and England at the top. I know, I guess from like some of the things that I was like looking at, they don't have the same exact team, so yeah, it's going to be a little bit different because obviously, I mean, you see that all across sports. I mean, like when teams are going, like you have the Patriots and the Yankees. Like obviously, like you have your main core, but like the surrounding players, like you'll lose them because they all go off and try to get bigger contracts. Obviously, this is a little bit different, but they have some sort of a chance, I would say. But I think there's other teams, at least from what I'm looking at, that are going to be better. Like I guess, yeah, like what I was just talking about. Like England right now is the favorites. So like I said, there's a chance, but again, it's a different team, and it might be a weaker team as opposed to the last time they won.
Benny?
Yeah, I would probably agree with you, Kenneth, just because you were right on track there with just mentioning this team. It is definitely different because some of them just have moved on, or some of them just haven't been recalled to the squad there in Italy. And honestly, I didn't think they were going to win it the last time they did. Just compared to all the other teams, I thought, I don't know, there just wasn't a chance competing with France and England and all those teams, but they ended up winning it, to everyone's surprise, at least to mine. And again, if they have the same amount of chance or less, I would probably go with less, like you said, Kenneth, too. Just because if you're looking at that England squad, I think now, whereas before they were a little bit younger, competing still at the highest level, now they're that much older, and I think they're definitely better. I'd probably give them the best chance. Maybe I'd probably along with France, just because they have Mbappe. But it's probably going to be those two as my favorites.
Uh, I think France is the clear favorites. I don't give England that big of a chance to win the Euros, but I've said that a lot, and I have a whole other segment dedicated for that. But regarding Italy, Italy is a team that has quality in certain areas. Like I do like Barella, Jorginho. Their goalkeeper situation is a solid goalkeeper group with Donnarumma and Vicario. Di Lorenzo, he's having a poor season at Cherby and all that, but they have a decent backline. My main problem with them is attack. Their attacking prowess. I don't know who they go up with number 9. They didn't take Immobile. It's between Retegui and Scamacca. Two guys I wouldn't really trust at that stage. Retegui, he's been decent for Italy, but he's very inexperienced. And then Scamacca, he's been up and down, up and down. He was a Premier League flop at West Ham. I think their attacking talent is what will be the end of them. I like Luciano Spalletti. What he did at Napoli last season was brilliant. He's a brilliant manager, but he's came in Italy in a little bit short, and he's got them playing a little bit better football than what they were playing in their later runs with Mancini. So I like that aspect of it. But when it comes to the quality, this team is, in the Italian standpoint, is pretty poor when you look at previous national teams that they've took into these big tournaments. Even last Euros, they had quality with Bernadeschi coming off the bench, Berardi, Immobile, Chiesa playing the best football of his career. He hasn't reached those levels that he was at that Euros, and that's the thing. Some of these guys, the Chiesas, the Di Lorenzos, they were playing top ball at the Euros. He's escaping my mind. The other fullback, he went on to Roma. He ended up tearing his Achilles at the end of the tournament. But they were playing some top football at the last European Championship, and we're not seeing. I don't think that they're capable of it this year. Winning it, I think, is a little bit of a stretch, but I never sleep on the Italian national team. Actually, Manny, you said you didn't think they were winning the last one. I actually predicted beforehand that they would win the European Championship, and I'm sitting here today and I'm giving them a very little chance. So it kind of shows the significant drop off in my opinion.
You know what else is like funny on it? Just to go off of what you said there a little bit with this Italian team. The biggest thing I think with some of these players, and you mentioned it a little bit, Emran, is that some of them, they come and they're up and down during their club season, but then at the same time, once they have the Italian shirt on, it almost seems like they become a different player. And that's what I think a lot of the Italian players do. I think they're very passionate about their country and attacking players, I'm with you with Scamacca. I would probably think he's going to be the number 9, but at the same time, he played with Atalanta. He was all right. But then I, again, wouldn't be surprised if he played for Italy and was among the top scorers in the Euros, quite honestly, just because they are so passionate about their country. But that is a pretty bold claim. But then again, I still have doubts about their attack. Defensively, they're all right. I think they'll get by. But when it comes to a shootout or scoring goals, they might just park the bus, honestly.
I mean, Italy used to be a team, every World Cup they entered, every European Championship, the expectation was minimal, win the title. Now you're getting to a point where they're kind of scrapping for these dual nationals. They're getting, like a lot of their team, they've gotten a lot of dual nationals. Emerson, Jorginho are Brazilian by birth. Retegui, he's Argentine. They're having to, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I live in a country, the U.S. men's national team, they do that all the time. They just scrap over. They build the world 11 of players that have any sort of American blood. I'm not against that. I'm just saying Italy, they didn't have that desperation in years past to get quality in their team. It was just like, oh, we need to build a team. Boom, 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 boom. Here you go. Let's win the World Cup in 2006 with one of the best defenses in the world at that time, made up of Cannavaro and Materazzi. They don't have that nowadays. It's just not that time of Italian football. Y'all, real quick, y'all got a little bit left if y'all want to add on anything. I got like 50 seconds left.
Yeah, and like the other thing too is I know like their last couple of runs, I guess with the World Cup really didn't go that well, and that was like in between like this Euro and the one that they won. So it's like, how are they going to make that jump from that to 2 lackluster runs to now winning the whole thing again with like.
They've done it before. That's the one thing they can say. They've done it before.
Exactly. I mean, that's the only thing you can really look at. So.
Okay, guys. Okay, Manny and Kenneth. Thank y'all, guys. Y'all were great additions to the show, and I think y'all be on next week. So I'll see y'all then.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you. Thanks, Emran.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, I mean, Italy is not some team that I'm giving no chance at all whatsoever. I mean, Italy is a team still. They have some quality in certain areas, but this squad is not up there to compete with the likes of England, a Spain, a France, a Portugal, even a Netherlands. They don't have those. They don't have that kind of squad. Even a Belgium team kind of in transition. They don't have the squad to compete with those teams at the end of the day. They flat out, they don't have those squads. And it's really disappointing drop off for them. But I think this is a good opportunity for them with Luciano Spalletti to make a run at the next World Cup. I think if they can bring in, somebody that can change life for Italy up top, man, I think that's a game changer. If you bring in a clinical goal scorer with the ability that Italians have shown in previous tournaments, I think it's kind of their DNA, their ability, just their natural ability to be able to defend. That is part of their nature. But what now they need a goal scorer, They need Chiesa up there fit and running, and I think they can use this Euros as a way to build something. Because, look, winning this Euros is a little bit unrealistic, but what's more realistic for them is using this Euros as a platform to improve the team so that not only you qualify for the World Cup, that you put a good foot in the World Cup. Because the last time we've seen Italy play a World Cup game was 2010. The last time Italy played a knockout stage game in a World Cup was the 2006 World Cup final that they won. That is the last time Italy has played a knockout stage game in the World Cup. So so the World Cup should be the main goal for Italy.